just watched the first episode.
Played back the first episode, yeah.
Yeah. And it's so much better than the videos I made last year on my own where I was just a talking head.
Yeah.
It's like light years better. Makes me just want to delete them. So much better with you because you bring different elements, and when I get things wrong, you ask me questions, or I miss stuff and you add stuff. It's so much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. 100%. I was really pleased with that episode. I think we've got something. I think it's good.
Got something going on?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big jerk. That's one thing that's been apparently pretty clear to everybody else except me. But,
pretty apparent?
Pretty apparent when you watch the video.
Yeah.
And can't wait to mansplain everything you say. But anyway, we all have our bugbears, don't we, baby?
Yeah. And we've changed the show again to the Ricky monologue, because that's what it usually is.
Yeah.
No, I'm just having a go.
And we've worked out that Liz is actually the one on level 52 and I'm on level 36. So, I was on a higher level, but here we go. Tell me about it.
Yeah. I worked out a thing about why I find motherhood so hard.
Yeah.
And it's pretty obvious when I talk about it and think about it now. But I had a bit of a revelation to myself.
Okay.
So something happened where I was preparing for this course that I'm doing of an evening, and this person wasn't able to make the evening, but they were part of that night. Like, they had planned to do a section of the evening's course, and my response to that was, rather than go, okay, let me have a brainstorm of what we can do instead of that person coming into that course, I just kind of went, it's too hard. It's way too hard. I'd give up.
Yeah.
I'm just going to phone it in. And so, paralleling that little story as a micro thing of what goes on with me as a mum, being a mum is not possible to perfect, and I know that. Like, I can sit down and edit a video and there's like a precision about it. There's not a perfection about it, but there's a precision that you can try and get it right enough. But with parenting, it's really obvious that you can't perfect parenting. And so rather than going, okay, let me try and regroup and try and just do good enough parenting, I'm stuck in this thing of like, I can't perfect it, so I give up. That all or nothing kind of thing. So like I was with that course the other night, I was like, it's too hard, I give up. And that's where I am with motherhood.
Yeah. But you don't give up. Like, you don't move state or anything.
No, I don't move state, but
you
emotionally, like, not emotionally.
You emotionally
like,
withdraw.
Mentally, probably I withdraw.
Mentally, yeah, not emotionally.
Not emotionally, mentally I probably withdraw.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this, it's such a big assignment that I can't make it smaller.
And you feel like you're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
I think we do a wonderful job, personally. We'll just wait and see how many ticks she's got when she's a big girl.
Ticks?
Oh, well, problems. Oh, we'll all have ticks.
Potato.
I'm still working on it. Yeah. Potato. still working on my ticks. I want to get them right for the camera. Sorry for people who have ticks out there. Like, it's just that everyone wants to get on board, and probably it'll make you feel more comfortable, you know, if we're all having little moments of
tickiness.
I nearly accidentally ticked then. I went like that.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe when you think about it, your body goes into tick mode.
Just trying to loosen up so I don't accidentally tick.
You start ticking. Yeah. I'd love a good tick. No, you wouldn't want a tick, would you?
No.
Unless it was a good tick, just to be able to swear in the wrong places.
Yeah.
Yeah, swear at the supermarket or something.
Yeah.
But a lot of ticks aren't like that, are they?
No.
No.
I don't think so anyway.
No. Can I look at my list?
Yeah, for sure.
Can I do another monologue?
Okay. I'll go make a cover.
Okay. Back in 1942. No, we'll do that some other time. What are you intolerant about?
Like a pet peeve is an easier way of saying intolerant.
Okay.
Intolerant's quite strong, but a pet peeve is when people aren't generous. There's some other pet peeve that's a really big one. What is it? It's a really important one to me. I know there's this
Hygiene.
No, that's not a pet peeve.
Oh, we wouldn't be together.
It's something really important to me that I get really annoyed at. Anyway, I'll just talk about the generosity thing. Oh, I think we've already talked about the other pet peeve.
Yeah.
That I was going to talk about, and we talked about generosity as well before, but one of my biggest pet peeves is it just
dropped again.
I just dropped again.
Oh, well done. You missed a good game point then. You went. I got the ball. I'm going to take the shot and muffed it.
Wing attack. Chicken wing.
Chicken wing. You can do it, Lizzie.
It's going to come back real soon. It's creeping back.
Go 4,000 series. We'll just cut this and it'll look like it only took you 2 minutes.
You know my pet peeves. You know what I don't like.
I'm not sure. I can't think of them. I'm sure if I had a piece of paper and 4 days spare, I could work it out.
Nah, it
doesn't matter. What I'm intolerant about is intolerance.
I thought that would be your answer.
Yeah. I'm intolerant of certain foods, and I get very intolerable if people try and make me eat them.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm not right, like to the point where it's obviously some sort of brain malfunction. But yeah, I'm intolerant of intolerance, and I think that's one thing as a society we should be intolerant of. So if you're going to write a memorandum of the intolerance, there should be a thing down the bottom, a little disclaimer that if you are to make the claim of being to be a tolerant person, you need to be aware of intolerance and not tolerate it. I'm just going off something I read online and I thought, yeah, it's not even my idea.
Sometimes when I don't appreciate what people say or don't like where people are going, or like, you know, if I'm kind of feeling intolerant towards something or someone, a good little trick that I learned, that I feel like is important, is just to think. It's just empathy. It's just basic empathy, but like just going, I wonder what has happened to them. Like, I know it's not trying to sound patronising, but it sounds a bit patronising while I'm saying it out loud.
Yeah.
But I wonder what has gone on for them in the background that has led them to this space where they're doing that and feeling okay about that.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like what we were talking about before about maladaptive coping behaviours, but it's more so like you try to. What I do is when I'm really triggered by someone, I go, obviously they're doing this because that's who they are, and they're who they are because of something.
Yeah. Like if you, rather than say someone's bad or someone's good,
yeah.
you apply a bit of humanity to them
Yeah.
and see that they're just flawed individuals like the rest of us, and they've got their own flaws and little hang-ups and things that they've sort of developed as a way of coping with the world or their culture, that sort of thing.
Because usually I don't like people when I first meet them.
Yeah.
And then when I get to know them, I hear their stories and hear what they've been through and what some of their things that have been hard for them. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that completely makes sense why that interaction felt really weird. Because they've got all this background that I wasn't privy to before.
Yeah. I'm sort of the opposite, so I'll really like them to begin with, and then I'll get to know them and be like, I haven't got time for this shit.
Is that true?
Oh, I don't know, it's a bit true.
Yeah.
It's a bit true. I give everyone a fair stick to begin. Oh, I'm more judgmental than I used to be. I don't let people in as... I judge people like I think, no, I'm not going to let you in. Sort of thing. But that's based on, like, I'm not discriminatory about it, like, I'm not ridiculous, but I just, as soon as I can tell someone's not going to be good for me, I don't, like, overlook that. I see it as a red flag. And sort of steer clear. And they can go on their way and work themselves out. I'll find someone else who's okay with that. Not that I have many people in my life anyway, like, you know, got the same old bunch. I don't really expand my audience, do I? My audience. Come, my people. Sit, let's eat. Yeah, I've got to get out there more.
You've got a lot to offer and a lot to give and receive.
It's beautiful! My daughter's asleep.
Right there.
I'm a performer from way back.
I think I'm getting to be more like you and you are getting to be more like me.
Oh, yeah. We're blending, aren't we?
Yeah.
Big time. Big time. It's a worry.
Not too worried.
I'm even getting, like, my hair's brown and red at the front, but at the back it's getting more your colour, and I'm just worried it's going to come right over. And my eye colour's going your colour slowly.
We're transitioning.
Do you think people look like their pets?
No.
No. You don't think that's a real thing?
No, but it creeps me out when couples look like each other. Like they look like siblings or something. I'm like, should you do like a little ancestry test to make sure? It's been done before. They've done ancestry tests and then they've worked out that they're not good.
Yeah.
You did an ancestry test, didn't you?
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be we had a bit of Aboriginal in our family. Like, I know my young nephew went and did a course and got it free because he said he was Aboriginal, but according to their DNA test, we're a little bit, we got 2% Senegal, so I think they're black people there. That's in Africa. But the rest of, like, what mum and dad are that make me up is mainly European from different parts of Europe. Yeah. And I think mum and my sister thought we had a bit of Jewishness in us. But we're just cheap.
Oh dear.
No.
See, like, I'm half Chinese.
Yeah. Do you reckon just because, like, you've got a mum and a dad and that's two halves, that you are exactly half?
Well, her parents were fully Chinese.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but when the DNA mapped over, maybe there was more. You got more.
Oh, okay.
More. You're more Chinese or more. But you reckon you're more like your dad, don't you?
No, I didn't say that.
Or you're more like your mum?
Oh,
It's
I'm
hard.
confused.
Yeah. Your mum was a very wise person, wasn't she? She was blunt. She was very blunt.
Very blunt.
Like she didn't mess around. But
No
she was
missing
she was
words.
kind too. It wasn't she was mean. She
No.
was kind.
Yeah.
But she'd tell you like it is.
You knew where you stood.
Yeah. It was quite good.
Yeah.
She was a good egg. She accepted me, which was beautiful.
Yeah.
I remember I was a bit angry at her at one stage because she talked about me having to get a job or something. Yeah. But besides that, I'd always had a good, because you know how I get my back up when people tell me what to do or tell me how to live or give me advice. But she always had good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a big fan of you.
Yeah.
She
was in my corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good because it made me feel accepted. You know.
Yeah. But like she pretty much said the reason why you're going so well in life is because of Ricky.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
She said you're not in hospital right now because of Ricky.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't. You had issues when we first got together, but I only saw the good parts, even when the issues affected me. Yeah. But then you weren't good for my self-esteem to start with because you were sort of you weren't all in like I was. No. You were finding problems and stuff like that. Yeah. And then we sort of had that bit of a separation. And then when you came back, you sort of must have put things in perspective and saw me for who I was and saw my full qualities. Yeah. And that's when I started to blossom too. Yeah. Once you sort of, and like some of my little idiosyncrasies and things that I did that were like, sort of were repellent to people around me or whatever, they sort of smoothed off a bit because we started gelling. We had the problem where you're Christian and I'm not Christian, or, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah. Or I put Jesus in my heart, but I don't listen to the Bible or whatever, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Or I'll listen to the Bible, but I'll be skeptical or think my way through it and be quite happy to say, no, that's wrong. Yeah. While you try and find a way to make it work and that sort of thing. Yeah. But definitely, like, I could definitely rant about problems with Christians and the Bible, but part of the big draw card of you and what sort of person you were and how wonderful you was, and I was going to get to this on a talk we were doing earlier, that you were so different from the girls that I'd let into my life before that I was comfortable being around. Yeah. And you showed qualities that were not available in my circles. Yeah. And as soon as I realised that they're the things I need. Yeah. And then because I was at a stage where I'd already fucked up and I'd try and piece back together. And I was open to new things, and I was very humble in our first years where I'd just take everything on board. Yeah. It was only when I sort of got past that and started building myself back up that I went, no, I want to be me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I just took it all on, and that was good. I was at that stage that I could. Yeah. But at the same time, you sort of expected it, and when I started going, well, the sides to me that are actually quite good that you guys would rather me suppress. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I started showing them, and we sort of separated. But then you realise that there's values and qualities that are good, and it's not just the ones you possess that are valuable. Would that be correct?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I think that's a big summary of life. Like that's a summary.
Yeah, it's a complex
Yeah.
smorgasbord of tapestry.
Yeah.
Are you okay with everything I just said?
Yeah, I was kind of, didn't know where you were going at times and stuff, so I was just playing catch up in my head.
But it wasn't making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I hope I didn't leave a bit out like I was going to talk about something and then didn't.
I'm pretty sure you were going to spend a bit more time talking about my positive attributes.
Yeah, remember when you used to say something, like when you used to get down and you'd say lovely things, say what you see in me, and I could list 50 different things.
Yeah.
And I could just keep going and going and going and going and going. Yeah. And then I stopped doing that, didn't I? Yeah. And then, yeah, it sort of got harder to do, even though all those qualities are there, but I just take you for, I don't want to say for granted, but for face value these days. Like, I'm not always thinking, this girl is amazing. Like, I'm not enamoured in that way. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
No,
I am enamoured with you.
You're a wonderful. What you mean.
Yeah.
It's just a different season.
Yeah. We're 9 years into our relationship, and I remember back about 2-3 months ago, I was a bit worried we told each other everything, and we had nothing else to talk about.
We've got 10 hours of footage to prove otherwise.
I had to tell Liz that while we're on camera, if you say something, you don't have to tell me. I know you've told she doesn't have to preface it with, I've told you this before.
Yeah.
Because it's new to you.
Yeah.
Not that we haven't uncovered a lot of stuff we've never talked about before, have we? When we're in this situation, we have to step up.
Yeah.
We cooked? We done? Or do you want more? Do you want to talk about something?
Yeah, there was a bit of a monologue there again. So.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Lizzie show. Here we go. Yeah, what I was getting at before that I probably didn't wrap up was that while I have a lot of trouble with Christianity, the fact that you're a Christian is part of what makes you a great person. Yeah. Is that all right?
Yeah.
You angry at me?
Something light and fluffy would be good.
Yeah, all right.
I'll get a marshmallow.
I thought you were talking about something for the camera.
That too.
What's your favourite animal?
Oh, I don't like animals.
You'll turn off all the pet owners.
I don't care. I don't want to.
But we had a pet at one stage, but it didn't really work out.
That was a stupid idea.
You were like, I want to be a mother, but I have to test drive a pet first.
Yep.
And now that pet is at Grandma's house, being looked after better than we could manage.
Yep.
Plus, it was this dog that was supposed to be non-allergenic, but it was really just a bitzer with coarse hair and just very allergenic. So you don't like any animals. If you had to have a pet, what would you have?
Oh, do I have to?
What about a bird? Nice bird.
Oh, no. If he gets out of the cage.
Don't you see animals as cute?
No, I feel like I have to wash my hands.
Yeah.
Like straight after seeing them.
Do you think that's how you were raised, or do you think it's something deeper?
Well, my mum was bitten by a dog when she was little, so she never liked dogs.
Okay.
And probably internally she was probably scared of them from that age.
Yeah, and you've never had pets?
Oh, we had farm animals.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to think, what's some ideas of pets? I don't want a fish. The
Turtle.
tank's too slimy.
Turtle, lizard,
No,
snail,
no.
hermit crab.
No.
Something fluffy.
Because they all are dirty.
Yeah, okay. What about a cockroach? They clean themselves, don't they?
Out of all of those, the cockroach is something that would make more sense.
Oh, yucky. What about a cricket? Crickets are nice little crickets.
No, a ladybug.
A ladybug.
Just one ladybug.
In a little cage.
Yeah, I don't want it flying around.
How long do you think ladybugs live? But would you have it long?
Oh, 4 days?
Yeah. Well, what?
We'll have a
1
berry.
hour's 1 year with them. Yeah. What have I got on my list?
Some fun things, something
Oh,
like
all right. What's your top speed? I want it in kilometres.
100 and
No.
10.
I'm talking about running. What's your top
What?
speed?
I
How
don't
fast
know.
can you
I
run?
don't know how far. I don't have a speedo attached to me.
I'm pretty fast, that's all I'm saying.
Mm.
In my dreams. Do you think people hurt people?
That's not light and fluffy, Rick.
But do you think people who aren't hurt also hurt people? Because they've never experienced hurt, so they're a bit more,
Blase.
yeah, like they don't care as much.
Mm.
They got a thick skin, and they've had great parents, and everything's went really well for them, and they just don't care about anything because they've never experienced it.
But the thing is,
That's not reality.
no, because
Everyone
yeah,
struggles.
even someone
It's
that has a
life.
picture perfect life has
Yeah.
still had hurts.
Yeah.
And even though you can't compare hurts, like
Yeah. Like mine and your hurts. Of course, my hurts are a lot deeper, and your hurts are, well, I give you a cuddle. You said light and fluffy.
not mean and just nasty.
Oh, mean and nasty. That's my light and fluffy. Have you seen the video on YouTube called Manly Drinks and Girly Drinks?
No.
It's the funniest video.
Mm.
It's off this guy who was a teacher and it's decided to become a YouTuber, and it's all animated. It's just stick drawings and this dude with a big head or something. And it's so funny.
Yes, you have to watch it.
Yeah, I don't want to explain it because I don't want to give it away. Go and have a look at it. Manly Drinks and Girly Drinks.
Okay.
I think it's called that. Or something like that. I don't know what else would be called. What else is there?
I think I need to direct things.
Okay, I'll stop pushing my agenda.
And then once I bring up a topic, don't go on monologue of me.
Okay,
Don't go mono on me.
Okay. Let's do this.
Do you reckon that, like, no.
Yeah, it's a bit. You're right. You're right. Yeah, not the time for
No.
it.
A bit risque.
Yeah. What about that? No.
No, just stop it. Just give me some time.
Okay.
No, you're putting me off.
Sorry.
What's the most girly song that you like that you don't really want to admit to, but you love it?
Oh.
That you genuinely like?
But there's a. You said that I don't want to admit to, so that means I wouldn't admit to it.
But now you have to.
Oh, it's rules of the game, Ricky. Play the game. I don't know. I like a lot of girly songs.
Oh, okay. So you're not really ashamed of it?
Girl singers. Oh, yeah, some songs that I'm ashamed of.
Yeah.
Better. If you want to be my lover,
Yeah, do you like
come
that
be
song?
with my... It's very catchy. I don't know. I like all songs except for ones that aren't really like those sort of like alternative ones where the dude's gone. Like I like melodic. I like women's voices.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about female singers. I'm just talking about ones that are
like Aqua. I'm a Barbie girl.
I don't know. Just
in a Barbie world. Back in plastic. It's fantastic. Let's do the routine. You ready? Let's show them. Let's 1, 2. What's your favourite girly song?
No, but I am a girl, so it's less.
Okay. What manly songs do you like?
Manly songs.
Yeah,
think
like-
there are manly songs.
Manly Sea Eagles. I thought you were a big fan of the
Yeah,
of
those
manly.
manly sea eagles. No, I thought you were about to read. I think that the world needs a new dance routine. Like we've more recently had Gangnam Style, less recently had Macarena, less recently had Nutbush.
Oh, so not a dance move, dance.
Like an actual routine.
Okay.
Something that you could actually go to a dance to and go, we're all in this together, we know the moves, let's do it.
Let's make one.
Oh, but it's so hard. Like, you can't, how can you make something like this up? It just doesn't come naturally. You have to be really ready for that. But I think it's just a really beautiful thing to do, to bring people on the same page with dancing.
Yeah. I think that like China and places like that are good at getting everyone together in a huge group and just moving about in synchronicity.
Do they do that though?
Yeah, to show solidarity.
Never heard of that.
Haven't you? Haven't you seen those videos where there's like 100,000 people all doing the same thing?
No.